So, I've been listening to this debate, and like I'm sure each of us in this chamber, every day we're greeted by the protesters and given a different piece of paper to read. Today's paper read that solitary confinement is a sadistic form of abuse that robs incarcerated men, women, and children of their sanity, their dignity, their humanity. It is a state-sanctioned domestic violence at its best. Sounds horrible, right? And what I've been hearing, not just tonight, but as we've been debating other bills, it's really hard to get put in jail in the state of Connecticut. It's not easy to go to jail in the state of Connecticut. And in fact, in January of this year, the Connecticut Post ran an article where it said that since March 1st, 2020, Connecticut's prisons and jails had dropped 3,300 prisoners down to about 9,000. And they quoted Mike Lawler, who's a professor of criminal justice at the University of New Haven and who was previously Governor Malloy's criminal justice advisor, that's a decrease of 54% since 2008. And you want to know why? He gave an explanation that our focus was really identifying those who need to be incarcerated. A dangerous person, a predatory type person, as opposed to someone who's dealing with a host of other issues, mental illness, substance abuse, or homelessness. And in particular, he focused on keeping the youth out of jails. So not only, it's hard to go to prison, and my colleagues, I'm not a lawyer, I am not a member of the Judiciary Committee.
Representative, it's starting to get a little loud in the chamber. I can't hear the good representative.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I was saying, I am not a member of the Judiciary Committee. I am not an attorney. The closest I've personally been in jail was the tour that we may have been on together of the Bridgeport Correctional Facility. And I've been listening to my colleagues who have experience working in the Department of Corrections. So not only is it really hard to get in jail, those individuals who are in jail who have done something really bad. Now let's take a different extreme, right? You've got your kids. We've seen kids in the chamber today. They get in trouble. What do? I'm not trying to correlate that sending them to their room is the same as sending someone to solitary confinement, although to a 2-year-old it might feel that way. But there are consequences, and you need to have tools at your disposal. Now, do I think the Department of Corrections should be haphazardly using what I guess is not called solitary confinement, but is called isolated confinement? No. Do I think someone who has a horrible mental illness be abused by putting in a solitary cell away from anyone, anything? No. But also my understanding is there are evaluations there. But if someone has committed a crime, maybe someone who has predatory behavior that is if they haven't or are at serious risk to themselves or to others or to staff, or have committed violence, which I believe the Department of Corrections, the commissioner stated most of those incidents are inmate against inmate. What do? So now we're going to say you're going to be in isolated confinement, but only part-time. We're going to take you out. I really wonder what we are trying to do here. I just listened to a conversation about the ombudsman, who's supposed to be in place to address concerns and complaints, but yet we're not even committing to fund that. And here we're imposing this on a Department of Corrections who has stated they are underfunded, understaffed, undertrained. I sometimes wonder the common sense of the things that we try to accomplish in this chamber. I'm not unsympathetic to what I have heard from the advocates outside, and I'm sure more testimony that we'll listen to this evening. But there has to be consequences for actions. The whole point is to prevent you from taking certain actions because you don't want to face those consequences. And our correction officers need to have tools at their disposal, not just for their own safety, but for the safety of other inmates, for the safety of an inmate who might be at risk to his or herself. So, Mr. Speaker, I did want to share those observations this evening. You know, sometimes I think we really need to step back and think about what we're trying to accomplish in this chamber. Thank you very much.